Okay. I wanted to get my other dog in. Say hello to Cole. It's my live guardian dog. Okay. So, this is my robot vacuum. I think it's an i3. Here he is. So, my life has been amazing since I got this robot vacuum. Now, I just want to say that I paid for this with my own money. I'm not getting paid to say anything to you about it. I actually put money out to get it, and the same price anybody else would on their website. It was expensive because I got this robot, and I also got the mop combo. So with tax and everything all together, it was $7 something, close to $800. But that's pretty expensive, I think. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying that, almost $800 is a lot of money to most people. So let me get this off the ground. I was about to do the dishes, so I just put that right there because I have a small kitchen and I can't fit everything into the sink. So he's pushing the cat food out of the way. So what I was going to tell you is that I did a payment plan, and I think it's just one of those payment plans. There's a few of them, and I used it so I could just pay monthly to get these two guys. Yeah, I literally refer to my robots as like entities, like people almost. I just like to. So, as you see, the mop is right there. Even though I like white better, because I had the black vacuum, I chose the black mop. I just liked the white mop color better, but I wanted to match because of the scheme that I'm going to paint the inside of my house. That was Star Baby. I have this black and white theme that I did on the outside of the house, and I'm going to continue it on the inside because I think the black and white colors are they're my favorite. It's just my personal favorite for houses is black and white. And so I'm going to try to progressively match and cohesively make everything just go together as I rehab and change this house. But today I wanted to show you my robots. So these robots, I believe, are worth it just because it was like affording a maid was hard. Because that adds up every week. Like, I was looking at places to have a maid only because my schedule is so busy. And it was going to cost like $200 a week. So when you really think about it, it was a lot cheaper to try to do these robots that will do a lot of the cleaning for me. So that was my thinking in it. And then paying monthly for it made it an option I could do. So I do like the vacuum overall. He's not perfect. So I refer to both of my robots as boys for some reason. I just do. He's not perfect because the maps that he makes, some things get glitchy, and the floor plan, I haven't gotten it exactly the way I want it, and then it sometimes doesn't seem like he's vacuuming the way that I want him to. So lately I've just been picking vacuum everywhere and just dealing with him going all over the house. Even sometimes maybe I just want to do the kitchen, but my floor plan is just not going the right way. So what I am going to say about the floor plan is that it's not perfect. They could probably use to do some work on it. There's some times when I felt it worked great because I've had another vacuum robot and another vacuum mop, and I've had to exchange and return because I had some problems at different times with them. But I will say that the companies have been good about exchanging and returning, and I felt they were very fair and they were very concerned that the product was making me happy. So I have no complaints with iRobot at all when it comes to that stuff. They've been really great in that way. So you see here that he's going to kind of pick up some cat food, and some he throws around. But he does eventually usually get mostly everything. So the reason that I have a towel under my water dispensers for the cats is not because my cats make it dirty. It's because the dogs make it dirty. So our live guardian dogs come in about twice a day and chill out and hang around. Sometimes Belle comes in, and sometimes she just has a very, let's say she has a very particular personality, and sometimes she wants to come in and sometimes she doesn't. Right now, if you can look right through, do you see her? She's back out there because she decided she didn't want to come in. But Cole, on the other hand, is right here. He's back in because he's a lazy boy. Pyrenees are lazy. Okay, so what was I talking about? I forgot. Okay, yes. So the reason that I have those towel under the water dispensers is because the dogs will drink out of the water, and dogs that are large dogs and have a big mouth can be slobbery, which is one part I don't love, that part. So I just go ahead and put the towel down and change it to kind of keep that slobberiness from falling on the floor, because I don't like it. We never wanted them to drink out of the same bowls as the cats. When we originally got the dogs, we wanted to distinguish the different places the dogs were supposed to eat and drink for many reasons. With the food, that's been fine, but like I can't stop Cole from wanting to drink out of the cat's water. So I had to get another water dispenser, have more water to atone for how much he'll drink at one time, and of course put the towel down because he's messy. And that's just something that, having dogs, you have to end up making trade-offs that maybe you didn't want to make, and they're not the most fun trade-offs, but you just got to do it because, like, the person I live with wanted dogs. I'll be honest, I didn't want dogs. That's the truth. Just not at this time in my life, but he did. So we ended up getting dogs. There's Belle. And because of that, there's been, some positives and then some things that you don't love as much. But I'm trying to work with it. So this vacuum, overall, I don't regret having this vacuum. And I don't regret getting the mop. Overall, it was like, especially when you have, first you have cats. And everybody knows that, cats make their little messes. And sometimes cats throw up, or, they eat like plastic off the trash that they shouldn't. And they do little things that just bother their stomach. So having this mop and this vacuum has made it so much more easy for me, because I have a job that's been extremely demanding. And I'll talk about that on another video, about how I've kind of made a change on that too, to make sure that I don't have any heart attacks or anything. But I was working it felt like I was working 24/7, 7 days a week. My life it was just too much. So I made the choices to get some of these products to help me clean and keep my home cleaner, to make up for the fact that I was just always working and felt like I didn't have time. And this has made things a lot better. Now, since then, though, I've put a work life in actually, this is my second week of enforcing a work-life balance and deciding for myself to no longer only live to work. And I'm also going to live to live. So, still, that wouldn't have changed anything. I still love these robots. They do a really good job. So one thing I want to tell you, if you're considering getting a robot, here's the first thing you need to know. He's not perfect, okay? He's not perfect, but he's really great, okay? So he's really great, and nothing in life is perfect, so there you go. He's really great. And another thing is, I noticed that before I run him, there are certain things I will do. So let's say that the dogs pull their toys out. Let me show you. I've got this little place for the dogs to have their toys when they're inside. So they have this little messy, like, on top of one of my storage thing that I have a lot of female stuff in. Because I live in a small house, so I'm living out of a lot of storage type of containers like this. It's not the way that I would prefer to have my stuff, but it's just what I have to do right now. So I've put their toys here, and they'll come and they'll grab these toys. These toys probably look gross now because, of course, dogs are chewing on them and they're getting put back, and, you know, that's dog life. Everybody knows dog life. Okay, so they'll come in here now and they'll grab their toys, and they will take their toys back out. Okay, so they take their toys back out, and they'll, like, put their toys all over this rug and wherever they feel they need to put their toys. And so when I want to run this vacuum robot, I literally will come around now and clean for the robot. Isn't that funny? Tell me that's not hysterical. I clean for the robot to clean. So I will walk around everywhere and I will start cleaning. Like, usually I'll do this and I'll pick up the cat's bowls, which should have been picked up anyways because the cats will just overeat. So I usually pick the cat's bowls up and only let them have their dry cat food 3 times a day, and I'll pick them up so they don't eat all day long. But I will come in here and I'll just pick up things off the floor. Right now, see, when I'm in the bathroom, here's a sock, you know, like, here's a towel. And I'll just kind of like move things out of the way of the robot. So I clean for the robot to clean. I just find that hysterical in my mind, but you may not. I have a very silly, quirky personality, so you'll figure that out as you pay more attention to my channel. All right, so I was saying that the robot is not perfect, but he's great. So I clean for the robot, and then the robot cleans for me. Fair trade. Let's see what else. Oh, yes. With that statement, I wanted to tell you, if you're considering getting a robot, he needs a lot of maintenance. So if you think that your robot is just going to run around and he's just a clean horse and you're never going to have to do anything for him, no, not so much true. So when I first started to get used to having a robot, I started to find out that he's quirky. He literally likes to be cleaned a lot. So he's going to need to be maintenance. So if you've ever watched like movies with like, I like sci-fi movies and movies about robots, very into it. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But if you've watched those movies at all, you ever notice that you'll see like people in this like lofty type factory type warehouse messing with the robot and maintaining them? It's so true. Robots do need maintenance, and you will maintenance this robot a lot. So I just open them up. I get another vacuum. I vacuum all the debris out, all the dirt out. Sometimes things will get stuck in the robot, little pieces of trash that the cats might have, you know, picked up and brought around the house. Something will get stuck in there, like a little cat mouse that he shouldn't be eating, you know, because I consider the robot to eat everything. So, and I'll just go in and I'll open them up underneath and I'll literally like take everything out. So what I'll do is make another video where I can show you maintaining him when he needs it. It's a really easy though, so don't get scared off it's going to be a big deal and like maybe you feel you're not technically inclined or you're not good at fixing stuff. Not a big deal. Simple. not hard. Now she's going to run over this cell phone charger. Okay. So he does require a lot of maintenance, but I'm going to tell you now, don't consider that a big deal. It's not a worrisome maintenance. It's just something you'll have to get used to, that there'll be little things that he'll want, like cleaning his sensors, dusting them off, all kinds of different stuff. But not a big deal stuff where you're going to be like, oh God, I should have never got this guy. No, not at all. Nothing super technical or scary. Because, like, I'm not a super technical person myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to fix your TV or any of those things, electronics. That's not me. So when I say that it's easy, it's easy. So he, you see how he just kind of like went from the hard floor to the carpet surface? Say he does that with no problem. He has patterns that he likes to go. If you think that he's doing things odd or weird, that is what he does. He has a certain pattern scheme that he follows. And he will literally vacuum everything. He'll vacuum all the rugs, all the rooms. He will have to charge himself. So my house up here on this level, technically pretty small. We're dealing with about 950 square foot on this level. He will need to recharge himself, I think, at least 2 times, maybe 3, but I think it's more like 2, before he considers the whole house done with the picking the vacuum everywhere. So as he starts to run out of battery, he'll take himself home, he'll recharge, and he'll come out. So he does all that by himself, and you don't have to do it. And it's just seamless like that, and I love it. Now, sometimes he'll get stuck somewhere or have a problem. It has happened where you'll be like, hey, where's my robot? He's not on his charger, and I don't hear him because he's quite loud, which is one thing I honestly don't love about him, is that he's loud. I wish they could have had him whisper quiet, but I'm probably asking for too much perfection there. So again, I accept that he's great and not perfect. So he's loud. So if he's not in his charger and you don't hear him, he's stuck on something most likely. So you need to go look for him, because then he'll get stuck and he'll stay there and just keep running his battery down, and he'll need to charge longer. So what happens when he gets stuck somewhere is I just go pick him up and put him back on his charging station. I let him charge, and then everything's fine, but it does happen. So I'm trying to think what else I need to tell you if you are considering getting him. I don't know if he's the best model. He's one that I found, he wasn't too cheap and he wasn't too expensive. He was like moderately priced, and that was one of the things that made me make my decision, because I kind of sat there and I thought to myself, I want a really good one, but I don't need like the Mercedes of him. I also don't want the McDonald's cheeseburger of him either. So I just wanted to get a pretty good one, and I wasn't sure if the price difference for like the super expensive ones were really going to, at the end of the day, be so much better that I could see that in the money that I was spending, if that makes sense. So I just went for this guy. And I haven't seen any reason that I shouldn't have gone for this model in this price range. I just think I made a good choice at this point. So yeah, he will vacuum the whole house. When I first got him, my one cat, Star, she really found him quite interesting and was just like amazed by him. That's kind of worn off. She'll still once in a while get in the mood. But honestly now, because the mop is run a lot less, and I've only used the mop like a total of, I think I've used the mop 2 times now since I've gotten the mop, and so she's kind of now into the mop because it moves and acts differently. than the vacuum does. So now she thinks that's super exciting. But expect your pets to like be awed by it. Some will be annoyed, some will be scared. But some, if you have a pretty feisty pet that's in that play age range where they like to, you know, get into everything, then they might find the vacuum fun. So a lot of times the best thing to do is move everything out of the way, which I used to do, and now I've kind of gotten lazy about it, and I'm just like, listen, I'm not moving everything out of the way for the vacuum, so I just let the vacuum and be done with it. So yesterday I just mopped. The floor looks pretty clean because I vacuumed and mopped yesterday. Because it was getting dirty, and honestly, at the end of the day, the cats aren't really the ones that bring the most dirtiness to the floors. It's the doggies. So the dogs do it because the dogs come in and out. Let me see if I can zoom in on Belle. Yeah, but it's not focusing too. Oh, there it is. So she's out there sleeping, and she decided she wanted to be a butthead and not come in. But Cole always loves to come in, so they're both sleeping. They don't love the vacuum. They get agitated by the vacuum, and every time the vacuum will bump into them or come near them, they're like, they jump up, they move around. Oh, look, she's waking up now. It's like she heard that she was being talked about. Oh, Belly's so pretty. Okay, so, yeah. So overall, I would say, yeah, this vacuum is not perfect, but it's pretty great. So if you're a person that lives a lifestyle that you felt like for a long time, you may have been overwhelmed, stressed, and depressed from maybe you have some type of job or career where it's just so consuming and you work too much and you really want to clean your own house and do it yourself. Maid feels too expensive. And you're just beside yourself with how am I going to keep up with this over-consuming job and keep everything clean, and you're overwhelmed. I will promote to you that I think, for me, this has been a really great experience. I can't make your choice for you, and I don't want to, but my experience, I've enjoyed it a lot. So I say please bring on more things that can do the housework for me. So one thing that it can't do, and maybe the inventors out there will hear me say this, and they will do this, the stairs. So let's look at the stairs. The robot vacuums can't do the stairs. And look at this. My stairs are so gross again, and they get gross a lot because the dogs. I don't love it and I don't like it. There's so much dirt that accumulates and that I have to keep getting out the old fashioned vacuum and like cleaning it. So I'm really hoping that the people that are making all these different cleaning robots are going to figure out like some type of like, I think maybe a spider or like an octopus shape thing might be able to clean your stairs. But I'm hoping that robot eventually comes out because I'll definitely buy it. Because, I don't feel good about my stairs, and I don't want my stairs to look this way, but the dogs bring so much dirt in, and they lay in the dirt, and they wrestle in the dirt, and it's just like, if you don't keep up on it every day, it's just going to look like that. So every few days, this is what happens. So I'm hoping that this is like a shout out. Make that robot, please, because I think a lot of people want their stairs to automatically be cleaned. It's just a pain point. Stairs are a hassle to clean. They're just awkward and uncomfortable, right? It's easy to like vacuum your floors, but it's not easy to get there and mess with the steps. So yeah, I'm really hoping that that's a product that comes out really soon. So So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to end this video because I think that I've shown you a lot of good stuff about him, and I don't know what else to say, except that he's really great. He's just not perfect. Nothing is. And for me, it's been a positive. I'm really glad that I have him because, I mean, honestly, I have to vacuum very rarely now with my regular vacuums that I have. I can really just turn the robot on and let him make my house look clean, because really, they go, what makes your house look more dirty? Well, one of the things is like the floors. So the floors look dirty. Your house looks dirty. And so it's been a real pleasure to just have him keeping the floors clean. And then now the mop coming in after it. And I'll do another video with the mop. I just need to charge my phone first. But I will definitely do another video and show you the mop and how I'm doing it and how I'm loving it. So please like and subscribe. I definitely want to build my following so I can get to more great people like you and they can see my life and the things that are working for me and the things that are not working for me. And I hope that some of my experience better your life and help you, because I love helping other people and I love people, period. All right, so like and subscribe. Thank you.